think it's time to do an updated video. Basically, have a mess of wiring left, but have Zombie working pretty good, which is the ZombieVerter vehicle control unit. I just spent a bunch of time the last 2 days making this battery tray mount. So it's mounted in 4 places to make it pretty rigid. Just need to make a strap or some sort of hold down for the battery. A couple covers for the post there. Oh, and I meant to run. Oh, I do have it. Okay, I have a ground to chassis and a ground to the inverter ground as well to make sure this is basically where the grounds all meet. I do still have a big connection of grounds here, which will probably keep or maybe move them to the inverter. Anyways, getting off track there. Got the Zombie working pretty good. So there's lots of things to add yet. One of the things I'll add is the brake light input so that it knows when you've applied the brakes, and then I believe it can increase the braking current, regen current, sorry, and then also it can have a relay so it actually turns on the brake lights when you do strong regen so that the cars behind you know that you're basically doing enough regen to slow down. So far I've got the Zombie to actually control the contactors now. I have a pretty big pre-charge resistor. So I turn the key into the on position, car's ready. I'll try to make sure I'm pretty sure the code allows it. Just need to make sure it wants it to be in neutral first before going to drive or reverse and allowing you to apply a throttle. Then you turn the key to the crank position and you hear the relays. And then there's a second relay that actually happens. Now I pre-charged a little while ago, so it's probably ready to go now. Now it won't run right now because it's in neutral. Push the go pedal, nothing happens. But as I showed in the last video, put it in drive and now it runs. So the other thing I realize is as we're doing testing, I'm working with some people who are very helpful with software and everything, is eventually we're going to have the ZombieVerter run both axioms, and that might end up being 3 axioms eventually, but that's a topic for later on. So one of the cool things I did is I actually got the ZombieVerter GUI, the graphical interface, actually to connect to my home Wi-Fi, and then I can keep my computer connected to Wi-Fi and check on it, so I can be anywhere in my local Wi-Fi network and click inverter.local, and then I can check on the car. So this will be handy for if the car's charging, I can see what's happening with it, what the temperatures are, stuff like that. Also check simple stuff. So we can go here to spot values. We can look at, it says the battery pack voltage is 426 right now. The inverter is reporting 424. There's sometimes some discrepancy there. I believe that's an error on the inverter side, but 2 volts is nothing to worry about. Says the 12 volt battery is at 13.8. That's actually a little bit inaccurate as well. It's actually 13.05 last I checked. But close enough. We don't need to worry too much about that. It doesn't affect anything really. It's just good to know it has voltage there and it's not like super low. We can plot gauges and everything, but for now I just have it kind of set up with I've had a friend from one of the groups actually help write and change enough software that we can actually run a VESC controller, which is what the open source software that Axiom is based on, runs VESC software, a version of it anyway. And then basically we got the shunt, which also controls pre-charge, or it measures the voltages so that the ZombieVerter can control the pre-charge. I can set throttle limits and everything in here, the throttle type and everything. There's quite a bit of stuff we can set in here. The current that the car is allowed to run at, like the maximum current. Where was that? I just saw it. IDC max, basically 500 amps is the most that'll run right now. Now I should actually turn that down because these batteries can't even produce that. Long term, the big battery pack will be able to produce 3,000 plus, but we'll get there when we get there. Contactor control. Now this is on a beta setup, so it's actually doing a contactor actually measures the voltage and close the second contactor once the voltage is high enough. I think it's a percentage, like I can't remember if it's within so many volts or so many percent. Yeah, and then moving forward, there's quite a bit of stuff happening here, but one of the best parts is because I realized for testing, it's recognizing VESC controller, and it's set to send out the information to and from the controller that's labeled as VESC 1, which is VESC ID 1. In here would be, oh, right there. So VESC ID, I have labeled them both as 1. So then what we can do is we can actually have all-wheel drive. So now by labeling both of them to 1 and to number 1, it actually doesn't know which one is, they're both receiving messages as it thinks they're both number 1, and it lets it run as all-wheel drive. So I have a little bit of regen set, not too much, but it's pretty neat that it's actually spinning both front and rear motors right now. So I've got the power turned down and everything, but I'm just excited to make some progress, and I'm actually able to turn the key, the car starts up, it's ready to drive, you know, put it in drive or reverse or whatever. So I'm not far from being able to do a couple more test drives here. Gonna spend some more time on the wiring over there. I started, the reason the fender's off is, well, first off I have to probably replace it. I'm doing a wide body kit, that's a long story, but I actually replaced one of my windshield washer hoses and I routed it in a different path, and I'm actually starting to drop the wiring. Basically I'm going to do a wiring tuck so it all looks really clean under the hood. The goal of this is to basically get everything functioning the way it's supposed to, everything built properly, BMSs, fuses, smart fuses, everything, and then basically take it all apart and actually do the paint and body work on the car. So stay tuned, more to come, but it feels good to make progress.